Hello again and welcome to day 122. 122. My name is Mary and today's story is The Altar on the Rock. After the death of Absalom, David ruled in peace over Israel for many years. His kingdom stretched from the Euphrates to the border of Egypt, and from the Great Sea on the west to the great desert on the east. But again, David did something that displeased God. He gave orders to Joab to count all the men in the kingdom of fighting age. Maybe David wanted to gather a great army for some new war, but even Joab knew it was not right to do this. He said to David, "May the Lord God make his people 100 times as great as they are. But aren't they all your servants? Why does the king command this to be done? Surely it will bring sin on the king and on the people." But David was firm, and Joab obeyed him. He sent men through all the 12 tribes to count those in every city and town who were fit for war. They went throughout the land until they had counted 800,000 men in 10 of the tribes and nearly 500,000 men in the tribe of Judah, all of fighting age. The tribe of Levi was not counted because all its members were priests, and Levites in the service of the tabernacle, and Benjamin was not counted because the numbering was never finished. It was left unfinished because God was angry with David and the people because of this sin. The Lord sent a prophet to David, a man named Gad. Gad said to him, "Thus says the Lord, you have sinned in this thing, and now you and your land must suffer for your sin. I will give you the choice of 3 troubles. Shall I send 7 years of famine? Or shall your enemies overcome you and win victories over you for 3 months? Or shall there be 3 days of pestilence with people dying everywhere?" David said to the prophet, "Let me fall into the hand of the Lord and not into the hands of men, for God's mercies are great and many. If we must suffer, let the 3 days of pestilence come upon the land." Then the Lord's angel of death passed through the land, and in 3 days 70,000 men died. But when the angel of the Lord stretched out his hand over the city of Jerusalem, the Lord had pity on the people and said to him, "It is enough. Hold back your hand and cause no more people to die." Then the Lord opened David's eyes, and he saw the angel standing on Mount Moriah with a drawn sword in his hand. David prayed to the Lord, "O Lord, I alone have sinned and have done this wickedness. These people are like sheep. They have done nothing, Lord. Let your hand fall on me and not on these poor people." Then the Lord sent the prophet Gad to David, and Gad said to him, "Go and build an altar to the Lord on the place the angel was standing." David and the men of his court went out from the city and walked up Mount Moriah. They found the men who owned the rock on the top of the mountain, threshing wheat on it. When the owner saw David and his nobles coming toward him, he bowed down and said, "Why does my lord come to his servant?" "I have come," said David, "to buy your threshing floor and build an altar to the Lord, so I may ask God to stop the plague that is destroying the people." The men said to David, "Take it as a gift, and with it these oxen for an offering, and the threshing tools and the yokes of the oxen for the wood on the altar. I give it all to you." "No," said King David, "I cannot take it as a gift, but I will pay you for it. I will not make an offering to the Lord that costs me nothing." So David paid full price for the land, the oxen, and the wood. And there on the rock he built an altar and offered burnt offerings and peace offerings. The Lord heard David's prayer and took away the plague. Later, the altar of the temple of the Lord stood on that very same rock. And that was the word of the Lord. Thank you for listening. Now we have the discussion questions. Number 1. What did David do that displeased God? What did David do that displeased God? Number 2. What did the prophet Gad say to David? What did the prophet Gad say to David? Number 3. Which choice did David make? Why? Number 3. Which choice did David make? Why? Number 4. Why did God not harm the people of Jerusalem? Why did God not harm the people of Jerusalem? Number 5. What did God tell David to do? What did God tell David to do? And that was the end of our discussion questions. Thank you for being with me, and we'll be in touch again soon. Bye-bye for now. May God bless us all.